Welcome in. We are here again. Another London game. Sorry, I was asleep for part of it, so who knows. But Jaguars look okay. Drake May looks good. Travis Etienne was the late out, which we kind of expected, but who actually knows? And that backfield is a mess because they don't know what is going on anymore. If you guys haven't, please like and subscribe. We have all this lovely lineup of shows for you throughout the week. So that in mind, if you have questions, now is the time to ask because that is the whole point of the show. Perfect. First in, Lance, you are, I'm torn, 49ers or Vikings defense. Yeah, that's tough. I'm probably going to roll out the 49ers just because of the fact that Chiefs have been slowing down the game and making it so it's a lower scoring affair more often than not. And their offense is also likely struggling with Debo dealing with injury, and then Sam Darnold or Burrow. I don't think you go wrong here. Burrow is probably the safer play. I do think Sam Darnold has a lot more upside. Again, coming off the bye, gets the Lions, potential shootout there, a lot of potential for upside. So don't think you can go wrong, but those are the options that I'm leaning to start. Hey, straight cash. How's it going, man? Pitts or Freiermuth. With Russell Wilson likely being the starter, I'm going to go Freiermuth. Pitts has a good matchup, but it's just so hit or miss with him that I can't bring myself to really trust it. So I'd rather just roll out Freiermuth and hope for the best. Robin, welcome in. Black and gold. Until Richardson does something, this is an ideal situation for him, but until that actually happens, I'm staying away from it. I'm going to roll out Geno. It's actually a pretty good matchup for him. A lot of potential upside there. And then with Walker having an injury, could also make it so that he actually has to throw touchdowns, which would be nice. So, Aaron Jones, Ayuk, or Jameson Williams. Jones is fine. He's going to play. I don't love that matchup. Williams has the most upside. However, I do like Ayuk this week with Debo dealing with injury and only seeing like 5 targets the past few games. They've actually been targeting Ayuk more downfield. So I'd much rather roll out Ayuk this week. I'm Cooper? Amari Cooper or Cooper Kupp? Because Amari Cooper just got there. I'm more nervous that he doesn't know the playbook. So I'm staying away from it. There's a lot better options out there currently. It's different for Adams because he has a rapport with Rodgers. But even that, I'm guessing that Adams barely hits double digits unless he falls in the end zone. So, which I'm kind of expecting. All right, NJ, sit 1. Walker, Mason, or Hunt. I'm going to go with Mason here. The injury has me more nervous on it. He also, it's just Chiefs defense has been pretty good against the run. So I'd much rather go Hunt and Walker and just worry that, again, the issue is that Walker and Mason are both dealing with injuries. So I'd much rather go, like I said, Hunt is the safe one. And then I'm probably rolling out Walker because he's going to go. The last time he went off of an injury, he looked great. So. Worthy, Leggett, Sermon. Pick 2. Until Worthy actually does something, I'm not trusting it. He's been very touchdown or bust. So I'm going to go Leggett and Sermon here. PPR doesn't really matter with Sermon because it's Anthony Richardson under center. So they're not going to throw to the running back more often than not. But I do think the opportunities will be there, and it's a good matchup for Sermon to really exploit. Oh, Chuck. Morning, Luke. Half PPR. Cook, Harrison, Deontay. Pick 2. Guessing this is James Cook. So I'm going to go Deontay and Cook. I know the matchup isn't ideal, but Titans also kind of allow it to go to pass catching running backs. And now with Cooper being on the field as a potential decoy, I just think the opportunity's there. Harrison, again, has been boom or bust, but this matchup is going to be tough, and I've got to see it. I think it is another big Michael Wilson game. So, yeah. Okay. DJ, please. Good morning. Okay, 2-4. Hey, you're getting there. Oh, maybe not. Golly. Moss has a good matchup. Bateman has been fine. Again, leads everybody in separation, but can't get a single target. So, that's not true. He falls in the end zone. So I'm probably going to go Bateman because there's a lot of upside potential there. However, I completely understand if you want to roll out Moss, because again, it's not Moss, Madison. Sorry, because he's the pass catcher, likely going to be the only one in the backfield. A lot of opportunity potential. It's just really trying to trust the Raiders. Jacoby Myers also likely going to be out. They haven't already listed him as out. And so, yeah, makes me a little more nervous there, but really depends on what you need. Tyler, good morning. Mason and Jigba, Williams, and Flex. Well, Douglas also got injured, so you can't really blame him for that, unfortunately. Or fortunately, JSN would be my next choice. If you're really chasing upside, you can go Williams. I do expect that game to be a higher scoring affair. So, I thought I saw him out on the field, and then they said he was questionable to return. So, even worse. So we get, man, flying to London, all the germs. I feel like anytime anybody flies, they're getting sick. So. Nope, doesn't taste right. Knew that was going to happen. I only had a busted up Mountain Dew until I tell you not to do that. Aren't we all? So be good again next week. So I'm probably going to go, like I said, if you really got hurt by Douglas, more upside with Williams. Otherwise, JSN's your safer play. I do just expect the Lions game to be higher scoring. So gives him more opportunities, and he's been getting looked at a little more. So definitely a big help for that offense. Ooh. Man, that's bad. I mean, I'm fine playing either. I just like McLaughlin more. Like I said, I think this game's going to be high scoring. They're going to want all the points that they can get. So Mayfield's good until he proves otherwise, which, I mean, Ravens passing D has been great. So I'm more willing to roll that out and continue to roll with it. But if you want to go Siebert, it's really your choice. All right, little Wale, 2 wide receiver and a flex. So you need 3. It's going to be Leggett, Downs. Ugh. It's tough. If Cooper was more acclimated, I'd say Cooper here, but I think I'm going to go Schultz. Oh, that's brutal. I don't like it. Really don't like it. All right, Justin. Love or Burrow. Again, you're in a position that I think the Bengals are going to be able to run, which is why I have Brown ranked so highly. And then Love, they're going to have to move the ball. So I'm going to go with Love here and more passing. But honestly, they're both pretty highly ranked for me. Let's see. I have Love at 7 and Burrow at 8. So they're literally back to back. Yeah. So it's just difficult because they're both right where you want them to be. Donald or Murray. It's Donald for me. I have Murray just outside my top 12. With, yeah, he's at 13 with May and Herbert right behind him. So, gonna go Darnold. Everybody's saying that. It's not his fault. I mean, technically, if you get sick or it's just unfortunately how it goes. Brown, Chubb, Pittman, or Waddle. With Anthony Richardson being under center, Pittman goes back to not being startable. I'm guessing that most upside's probably going to be Brown. Like I said, it's against the Browns. He's been running very well. It is a dead split. Honestly, you could probably go Chubb here too, but it's his first game back. I'd much rather see how he looks. So it's really between those two for me. And I guess you're chasing upside. Go Chubb. Just also worried about getting a 0 there. All right, Joseph. Need a flex. 2 people. Ooh. All right. It's Ayuk for me. Touched on it a little earlier. With Debo dealing with injury and them actually giving a lot of air yards, Ayuk has been the one being targeted a little more. So gonna lean that way. Madison's definitely a safer option. I just don't trust it. Drop Andrews for Schultz, Otten, Parkinson, or Freiermuth. With Wilson under center, it's going to be Freiermuth. Schultz is another good option with Collins out, but Brown has been slowly stepping into that role too and taking away the targets. So I'm more curious to kind of see how that looks. All right, Royce, need 2. JSN, Mostert, Pittman, or Chase Brown. It's probably going to be JSN and Brown. I like Mostert to get in this week because it's another ideal matchup to run the ball. And then Achane, I mean, they don't want to have him get hurt, so makes it a little easier there. But still going to go Brown and JSN here. Ooh, you're not wrong. I am going to go with who's less likely to turn a ball over though. I'm probably going to go Huntley. That Colts defense has been great, and like I said, they're going to be able to run the ball. I'm more worried about Huntley not being able to throw for a touchdown. They're going to try and pound it down their throats and be pretty successful with it. I am, however, worried that Rudolph has the potential to turn it over a lot because it's the Bills defense, who are very hit or miss as well, similar to the Ravens, but this should be a matchup that they win pretty easily. I always love when I see people from Twitch. Ammo, welcome back. Love the Frenchie. All right, PPR. Pick one. Hopkins, Slayton, or Atwell. Again, this is difficult. I'm probably going to go Hopkins. Trust him the most of all these options. Atwell would be the next one. Since Neighbors is active today, Slayton falls a little more behind. Honestly, somebody should be trying to trade for him, but he's old, so giving up a whole lot for it's kind of difficult. All right. Little J. Lock it or down. Yeah. I get being worried about that. However, the matchup really actually doesn't favor Lockett. It favors JSN and DK. So I'm going to take the volume here and roll out downs. So need to start 2. Walker, Achane, Connor, Brown. It's probably going to be Achane and Walker. Again, having majority of the carries. Brown's close, and then Connor's way behind. All right, Johnny, Chubb or Najee? Yeah, I don't like either of these options. It's probably going to be Harris, but God, I just don't like who he's facing. I don't know here. I say Harris just because I trust him to do a little more. I'm so nervous on Chubb, it being his first game. So what up, Ray? All right. Guessing that's Davis or Goodson. And I'm going to go Goodson. I don't love it. I honestly don't love either of these with both the starting running backs being healthy. It's probably it's going to be JSN and Downs, and then Love and Mayfield. Jalen or Baker? Oh. It's still, again, the more upside goes with Baker. Hurts is going to be fine because he's going to be able to rush, but they always end up just beating up on the Giants. So Mostert, Sherman, Goodson. It's probably still going to be Sermon. Should see a majority of the touches. Decent matchup. It would be Mostert if Achane was out, but since he's not, it's not worth it. Just rather go with the guy I know is going to touch the ball. Again, these are tough. With Quentin Johnston potentially being out, McConkey becomes interesting. I still think I go JSN just because I think they're going to have to move the ball to keep this game interesting. Golly, that's tough. Romeo Dobbs or Xavier Eggs. It's probably still going to be Leggett. I just think he's seeing more target. I know that Dobbs got really lucky last week getting the touchdowns, but outside of that, he is just not doing enough for that team. Whether I don't know if they just because they have too many options or what. So much rather go with Leggett here and be good. Andrews or Ertz. It's going to be Ertz for me. Andrews just isn't running enough routes, and until that changes, it's difficult for me to trust it. All right, DJ. Let's see here. Trying to trade, but I have Mooney. I also have London and Mr. With Rudolph under center, yeah, probably. There's a lot more potential, but they're really hoping that they can get him started. I don't really believe in Ridley. I am more of a Hopkins believer when it comes to who should see more targets in that offense. But yeah. So I'm probably going to start Mooney again in a matchup they should have to throw. All right, Daniel. Walker or Jones? It's going to be Walker. Baker or Kyler? It'll be Baker. Adams or Wandale? Still going to go Robinson here. What then? Watson, Judy, Shakir, Singletary, Tucker, McLeod. There I'm going to go Shakir because I think with Cooper there, it takes enough off of him. But it's close. And then Kraft or Otten. Probably gonna. Well, Evans is dinged up, so I'm going to go Otten, and then Singletary, Tracy, or Sermon. It'll be Sermon because he's more guaranteed to touch the ball the most. I have to see what the split's going to be with Singletary and Tracy both there to really trust who I'm going to move the ball with. So it'll be an interesting one to see for sure. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, man. All right, country. Let's see. Ayuk or Downs. Again, it's probably going to be Ayuk. I think there's more upside. If you want to play it safe, Downs is likely going to see more targets. It's also a slightly easier matchup for Downs. That means a whole lot, unfortunately, but could do something. All right, Brian, sit one, huh? Monty, Mason, Hunt. Man, that's tough. It's probably going to be, again, just because of the injury in the matchup, it's probably going to be Mason. Montgomery's just been able to score and looks really good and continues to get paid. My worry is that they're throwing a lot in that game, and so he doesn't get enough rushing yards, and who doesn't get in the end zone. That kind of scares me. All right, Daniel. Mason, Sermon, Juju, Downs, Wandale. I'm going to play it safe and go Robinson here. I think after him, I'm probably going to go Juju. There's a lot of upside there. However, he's also dealing with injury, which makes me a little nervous on him. So, yeah, that's more terrifying for me. And then Kraft or Laporta. I'm going to go Laporta. Again, he's higher on the pecking order when it comes to who they're passing to. So. All right, AW, one more. Kraft or Parkinson at Ertz. It's still probably Ertz, but it's honestly close with Kraft. When it comes to tight end, we're really struggling to figure out what anybody's doing. So I'm going to go with the team that I think is going to be probably more consistent and go with Ertz. But Kraft, I think it's really, like I said, it's close because I think the Packers are going to have to throw a lot, and so Kraft's going to have an involvement that's pretty solid. So. All right, Ryan. Who would I start in flex? PPR. Mason McBride, Williams, Connor, Whittington. It's probably if you're chasing upside, it's going to be Williams. And with Cup likely back, I think I'm actually going to go Whittington here. I think Cup pulls enough of it away that Whittington's able to do some work. If you really just want to play it safe, go Mason. But I don't love any of the options this week. What? It said he was questionable. All right, maybe not. If he's not back, I mean, then Whittington is probably definitely the one. Oh my gosh. Oh, good to know. All right. Well, that kind of sucks. Then I definitely think you have to go Whittington. So. Well. Yes and no. I also didn't get sick. So, ha. Unlike Douglas. That means I have to move Whittington way up. Probably put him right there. Too funny. All right. Man, that's rough. Yeah. Yeah. Golly. The London game's just really throwing me off in general. So I'm going to go Whittington then. If Cup's out, it's definitely going to be Whittington. So you want the upside to still be Williams, but I think that definitely makes it easier if he's out. Country, making it tough. I still think I can go Williams just because I think it's a higher scoring game. The Chargers just really control time of possession, and that's likely going to hurt Harrison a lot, especially since their defense hasn't done a whole lot or even really looked good. So probably going to go Williams just because there's more upside with it. Chuba or Gibbs? It's probably Chuba with Deontay dealing with injury. Man, that's tough. I'm going to check my rankings just to make sure. Yeah, I have Chuba significantly higher. Also, the Vikings have actually been pretty good. So, going to be Chuba. Need a quarterback. Mahomes or A-Rod. Mahomes has a tough matchup. Also, they haven't been moving the ball very well. Rodgers just got Adams, which should open the playbook even more. We just saw what he did last week with the firing of the head coach. I'm going to assume he continues that, and so I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers. As ugly as that is. Trade Walker for Bijan. I mean, it's tough because of the fact that you're dealing with a player is going to be used in the offense and Walker consistently. The split for Bijan has been brutal. I wouldn't beginning of the year, I probably would have said yes to this, but as of right now, it just doesn't look like you can. So I'm probably gonna just stick with Walker. And I don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like how it makes me feel. Good morning, Tony. But we drop. I mean, probably just because there's more upside there. And Keaton Mitchell's lingering. He could be something that shows up here in the next month and causes issues. So, yeah, I don't know. I probably would just because I think Tracy has more upside and it gives you an opportunity to see what they're going to do. All right, David, pick 2. Half PPR. Harrison, Mooney, Robinson, Singletary. It's going to be Robinson and Mooney for me. I touched on Harrison and how the Chargers have dominated time of possession, really hurting him. And then Singletary is just coming back. I'm curious to see what the split is going to be. Also, it's against the Eagles, who have been pretty good recently. So at least their front has been okay. Their passing defense hasn't really been there. So I'd rather just wait and see on what Singletary does and go with the guys that have been pretty consistent in Robinson and Mooney. I don't like either of them, David. It's probably going to be Murray just because he rushes more, but like I said, I don't like either of them. Woo, already 30 minutes. Yeah, I get it. That would have made things easier for sure. Of them, it's probably most likely going to be Goodson, but it's close with Davis. Just because I think Cook might still have something lingering, and they kind of liked what they saw out of Davis. So I'm still probably going to go. Golly, I'm probably going to go Goodson, but I don't like any of it. What's up, Ruben? Sermon or Chubb? Again, I don't like either of these options. It's probably Sermon, but honestly, I have them back to back. The matchup for both of them are really good. And I expect both of them to get a lot of run. So I don't think you go wrong with either of them. Again, I just trust Sermon to have more of the work. So, and have to see what Chubb looks like coming back from his injury. Mayfield or Darnold. Again, another good one. Great options. I'm probably going to go Mayfield still. Continues to play at a very high rate, and it's just difficult to sit him. And then Juju, Downs, or Watson. This becomes a split. If you want to play it safe, I'd go Downs because we aren't sure that Juju plays, dealing with a hamstring injury, or I think it's a hamstring. In any case, an injury that could easily get flared up and cause injury again or be re-injured. But if you don't go Downs, it's going to be Juju. Again, more upside. They have to throw it to somebody, and Juju seemed to be the guy last week, 2 weeks ago. There. So roll with it and hope for the best. Tyreek, Ayuk, or Downs. Man. Again, it's probably actually going to be Hill here. I do think Huntley's able to get him the ball, but if you're worried about it, go Ayuk. Let's see. That is how I have it. I have Hill at 20, Ayuk at 23, and then Downs at 27. So all kind of a toss-up. All right, Josh. Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be Rodgers, and then PPR, Downs, Leggett, JSN. It's going to be JSN. I think he's the safest option there. I like how he should be used. However, I get if you're gun shy there. If you are, go play Downs. He's the one I have ranked next highest. And then Leggett is down a little further, but on the list. All right, EJ. Let's see. Last one. Yeah, I mean, it's either dropping Corum or Madison for me, mostly because, again, that offense terrifies me. So those would be the two that I would have to decide between. And of them, I'm fine dropping my handcuff for Kyron, because if Kyron goes down, I doubt they feed the ball to Corum. I think it becomes more of a committee. So, all right. Dak. Brutal. I just wish I knew Johnson was healthy because the matchup is so good for him. But because we're not 100% sure, I'm probably going to go Downs. I did move Johnson down, and they are closer than I want them to be. But I still have Johnson at 14. He was top 12 until the stupid injury popped up. I actually had him ranked 7. So, and then I have Downs at 27. So, probably going to go Johnson. But if you're worried about the injury, go Downs. Hey, Billy, Love or Burrow? Again, don't think you go wrong. I just expect Love to actually throw the ball for touchdowns. Burrow did fine, but I think he's going to be able to rely on the run a little more this week with Brown and Moss. So, gonna go Love. Love, love, love. Hey, Will. Welcome back. Me too. McConkey, Mooney, Algier, Pittman, Pierce, Ray, Hopkins, and Joku. I am probably going to go with half PPR. I'm going to go Mooney and Njoku. With no clear wide receiver 1 on that team, I'm guessing Judy would be the closest option. However, with Njoku back, I think that he gets the eye of Watson and gets a good handful of targets. But if you don't like that, I would go McConkey. Johnston is dealing with injury, is doubtful for today or tomorrow. So makes it so he should see a lot of targets. He's been one of the target leaders on the team anyway. So probably how I'm going to go would be Mooney in one of those two. Need one. Ridley, Bucky, or Tucker. I don't like any of these options, Will. I'm probably going to go Ridley just because he made his comments to the media and probably will see more targets of these. I hate Irving's matchup. And then Tucker's just, I have to believe in that offense, and I don't want to because it's the Raiders. So, not a fan. All right, Richard. Richardson or Dalton. Again, we're in a weird place. I think Dalton is safer because he's a better quarterback right now. Less talented, but he knows how to run his system a lot better. Washington Commanders have actually been pretty good. So I'm expecting at least an interception and potentially a fumble from Dalton. But I think if in this game Richardson has to throw and run, I think he's going to be able to do both. And the Dolphins have just been beat up. So I'm going to go Richardson, but I honestly don't think you go wrong. Both of them are QB2s. Best way to say that, I think. Would you play Chubb over Ayuk and Flex? If you're looking like you're going to win, sure. I want to see it first. I'd much rather go Ayuk because there's more upside. And Debo's dealing with injury, and anytime one of them is out, the other usually gets has a pretty nice day. But even then, Debo's only been seeing, I think he's seen under 5 targets for the past 3 weeks. He's just making a lot out of it and getting a lot of run. So I think the injury helps that. And Ayuk is has a little more upside. All right, okay. Yeah. Yes and no. I mean, I don't think he ran super well. That they just had more control of the game than I was expecting him to have. I really thought Johnson would be the primary guy. So Bixby getting 2 touchdowns definitely boosted him up quite a bit. Can now start Mason, Connor, Achane, and Flex. It's going to be Achane. Yeah. BTJ looked good. All right, Jerome. Can't believe Demario screwed. Yep. My starting Pickens and Deontay. I have Deontay significantly higher. However, if you are worried about the injury, go Pickens. And yeah, I'm not doing any of those other options. No, I wouldn't. Yeah, yo, mama, welcome. All right. I still have Ayuk higher. I think there's so much upside this week. It's not a whole lot higher. Like I said, I have Ayuk 23. I have Mooney at 26. So he's right in that range. It's really flip a coin here. I just think Ayuk is we'll see more targets this week, and that gives him more opportunities. Costa, it's going to be Rodgers. I have to see more from Richardson, and I do expect Rodgers to be a high-end QB2, low-end QB1 this week. Dalton, Huntley, O'Connor, Rudolph. Oh, my gosh. Pretty sure I have Dalton the highest. Oh, man. Nope, it's actually Huntley. I have Huntley the highest of these options. Woof. Sorry. Watson or Irving. It's going to be Watson for me. They're going to have to throw. I don't love the matchup for Irving Mosh, so I'm going to go Watson. RBC 909. Sean Tucker or Goodson. Because Richardson's back, I'm going to go Tucker. Also liked what I saw from him, and the passing game, the passing to pass catching and running backs is how you kind of move the ball against the Ravens, because their front is actually pretty good against the run. You have to pass to whoever that pass catching back is, whether that's Tucker or White. All right, Andrew. Cooper, Hunt, and Flex. I'm probably going to play it safe and go Hunt. Agree. It's not just that Cooper will be on a snap count. I'm also nervous that he's just learning the playbook. And trusting Chubb is a strong term, but probably just because the matchup is good, and I don't know what else the Browns are going to be able to do. I'm just more worried on how much they use him. Again, talking about a snap count. Do you fully unleash somebody? How long does it take to get the rust off? 15 minutes. We're getting there. Okay, NJ, me too. Hill, Deontay, Mason, or Downs. It's going to be Hill and then Johnson. If you're worried about the injury, go Downs. But again, I don't think you go wrong here. They're all just kind of in that same area. So, yes, we do. The matchup's good. Mason or Jacobs. I don't like either of them. I'm probably going to go Jacobs because the matchup's a little better, and I trust him to stay healthy for it. Really hoping he gets 30 touches. All right, well, need one. Williams, Mooney, Sermon, Tucker, Charbonnet. If you're chasing upside, it's going to be Williams. Otherwise, it's Mooney. Sermon's not going. He's not going to see targets because it's Richardson. All right, Fat Pat, pick 2. Shakir, Addison, Lockett, Downs. Oh, man. It's probably going to be Addison and Downs just because of the target share. Shakir has upside this week, and like I mentioned, Lockett has a tough matchup. So, Addison and Downs. All right, Mike. Full PPR. Guessing it's just one. So, I'm going to say it's Addison. Pretty sure I have Addison over Downs this week. Yes, Addison. Mike, it's going to be Juju unless he's out, and then you go to Xavier. Joel won both of my matchups last week. Awesome. Mosh, Watson, and Irving. It's going to be Watson. It's PPR. You got to go with the wide receiver. Andrew currently have a lineup. usually sit Tariq. Yeah. Golly, that's tough. I'm probably going to roll out Dell over both McLaurin and Tyreek, but I understand if you're nervous to do that. I would then go McLaurin just because he's been playing so well recently. So, what's up, Bill? McLaurin or Metcalf? Again, tough. I'm probably going to go McLaurin. Again, he's just been playing so well. He's been like top 12 this year in fantasy points. DK really needs to get touchdowns, and it just isn't happening for him. Marriott, guessing full PPR, Whittington or Debo. It's Whittington. Debo hasn't seen over 5 targets in like the past 3 weeks. So, and he's dealing with injury. All right, Joel. Oh, it's one Robinson, baby. Dude's been on a roll, seeing a lot of targets. Neighbors is likely back. Keep a G. Okay. Hubbard, Higgins, Pickens. That's tough. Higgins, if it's PPR. Yeah, it's Higgins if it's PPR, Hubbard if it's standard. Man, that's tough. 49ers or Browns. I'm going to go 49ers because I think that's a lower scoring game. Jason, Adams, Robinson Jr., or Jameson. It's probably going to be Brian. Still is having a lot of options. If you want upside, it's going to be Williams, but I just think Brian is still going to find the end zone. So, which kicker? Butker, McPherson, Richard. I am, golly, it's so tempting to go Butker here. I am probably going to go. Actually, I'm going to go Richard. So, Dr. Squatch, you made it. Addison or Hunt. It's half PPR. Still probably going to be Addison. I'm curious to see CH potentially going to play this week. Maybe, who knows? But that also just, I think there's more upside for Addison this week. Dale, need an RB and flex. It's half. I'm probably still going to go Addison and Mooney. If you're worried about it not being enough, I'd probably go Jacobs over Mooney. But Addison is starting for me in both of those. So, all right, well, need one. Chubb, Achane, Dobbs, Waddle. It's going to be Achane. Think it's a great matchup. More worried that they just don't run him the entire game, and Mostert sees a lot of carries. So, well, it's still going to be Goff. I have to see something from Richardson. I know it's a great matchup, but I also think Goff is in a pretty good matchup as well. He's going to have to throw. Skyler, you made it in. Waddle or Judy? Don't like either. I'm probably going to go Judy, but oof. Not a fan. Yeah, yo, mama. Geno Smith or Richardson? Like I said, until I see something from Richardson, it's going to be Geno. Achane or Walker? This becomes interesting. I have Walker currently, but it's real close. 10 minutes. We're getting there. Yeah, I'm at 5 and 6. Ryan Bunch, need Chubb or Downs? It's PPR, so you probably have to go Downs. Again, I just have to see what Chubb's going to look like. I hate players coming out with injury and trying to trust that that's going to be a good thing, especially with how long he's been without playing football. So, NJ, need 2. Hill, Deontay, Mason, Downs. It's going to be Johnson and Hill. If you're worried about Johnson's injury, go Downs. Sean Tucker, Goodson, RPC. It's going to be Tucker. I don't think Goodson is going to be used a whole lot. If he is, it's not going to be in PPR. Hey, Anthony, what's up? Pittman or Worthy? Golly. Why? Go to the waiver wire. It's going to be Worthy, I guess, of those two. until Richardson figures it out. Joel. All right. 2 flex spots with RB spots. Okay. I would play. I mean, I'd play Robinson and Hall over Montgomery this week. But outside of that, I'm playing Montgomery over Mixon and Cook. All right, Ryan. Need 1 flex. Lazard, Sermon, Lockett, White. It's going to be Sermon. Lazard will be okay, but is now moving down the list. White's interesting, but with Tucker being in there, it makes it a 3-headed monster. I don't want to deal with it. So, and Lockett, again, has a bad matchup. So, LeBaron. Sermon, he's going to touch the ball more. Goodson looked good in his couple carries, but that was also with Flacco, and not ideal. Femi, Pittman, Juju, Cooper. It's going to be Juju. Only one I really trust out of that list. Adam, pick 3. Mixon, Henry, Robinson Jr., Aaron Jones. It's going to be Henry, Robinson, and then Mixon. Hate the matchup for Jones. No problem, Mike. What about Madison, Sermon, or Moss? It's going to be Sermon, again, touching the ball more. If it's PPR, it becomes a little more interesting because you might be able to play Madison then, but it's trusting a Raider right now just terrifies me. So I'd rather go with Sermon. Jason, Judy, or Watson. It's going to be Watson. I have to see how they decide to use this offense now that Cooper's out. All right, Jerome. Laporta or Kraft. It's going to be Laporta. Tight end's also just iffy, but higher up on the pecking order. Nathan, welcome in. This will get and Dubs over Pittman. No, not right now. And with Richardson back, it's not worth even looking at for me. So Zach, Algier, or MP. Oh, it's Algier. I'm not trusting Pittman. I just can't bring myself to do it. Sergio, Sermon, or Moss. It's Sermon. Jerome, Algier, or Bucky. It's going to be Algier. Again, I hate the matchup for Irving this week. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. All right, Ruben. I wouldn't, just because it's probably fine. I have to see if they actually feed Ridley with Rudolph, but also Levis is dealing with an AC joint, so he might be back. Don't love that. All right, Ryan. Don't think you go wrong. I have Brown slightly above Chubb. Yes, I'm starting Achane. Yeah. Of them, I'm most likely to drop actually Dobbs. So, since you'll likely have to make that move, you're going to have to drop Dobbs and move on. Yes, he is, Michael. Chubb is worth a flex start. I have him as a top 24 running back. So, makes it easy. Guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. We have all these shows. Back tomorrow to do The Wire. Wednesday, we do Roster People. Still answer questions. Talk a bunch of nonsense, all about fantasy football. Then I'm back Thursday, like always, ahead of kickoff to help you answer your start sit questions. Mason Cameron, Vishal Gupta come in for Locked In on Fridays, help you get your money set up, get you some good bets, and then I am back again on Sunday. So, if you guys have any second questions, now is the time. Of them, like I said, I'm still most likely to drop Dobbs. It's close to the Dunze just because I have to see that a little more. No problem, Mike. Any last second questions? Guys haven't, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when we go live. Because we go live a lot of days, but if there's a certain time you have a question to ask and we're live, it's a great time to get it answered. Okay. That is crazy. Jets or Bills? It's I'm going to go Bills. I know the Jets have been really good, but they got rid of the guy who made them really good. So I'm a little more nervous on it. So I'm going to go the Bills. Yeah. Can't believe we're halfway through. We're getting so close. Good luck in week 7. All right. Yeah. Again, sorry. Hey, guess what? Another thing. No buys next week. So you'll have all of your players. That sucks. Because you thought questions were tough now. Wait till everybody's back and playing. Yikes. And a full slate of games. I think, though, we are officially out of London or overseas games. Hopefully. Also, we have 2 games tomorrow. Love or Cousins. Don't think you could go wrong here. But I am going to go with Cousins just because I think he's a little safer. All right. Gotta love the last second questions. Dun, da, da, da. All right. Well, if you guys haven't already, like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Good luck in week 7, as it says. See? Keep it G. Love it. It's going to be Darnold. Again, I think the Chiefs 49ers game is low scoring, and it terrifies me. So, go and go Darnold there. All right. Again, like and subscribe. We also have this beautiful Discord. Have your questions. Have a bunch of a full team to help you answer them, from trades to dynasty rosters to waiver ads. All that good stuff is in the link for our Discord. We also have roster resolution still available. So outside of that, I hope everybody has a good week 7. And remember, as always, to keep up the nonsense. But yeah, good luck and hope everybody has a good week 7. Sorry about Demario Douglas. Hopefully no more injuries the rest of the day. That'd be awesome. Brutal. Or illness, I guess, even.